Do you guys need gold? Do you guys need a lot of gold? And a bit of XP. Also a lot of XP. Well, I've got a farm for you. This gold farm right here is an edit of, is a tweaked version of the Raceworks farm. I took the idea of Mumbo Jumbo turning into a looting 3 farm during Hermicraft season 7, and Raceworks design of the 1 block wide pillars and everything, and three spawn layers, 3 spawning platforms, and then the roof is just like bottom slabs here, so that only zombie pigmen can spawn. And as you guys can see, there's only 2 blocks gap between each of these spawn platforms, so that only zombified pigmen can spawn. So why this farm? Why do you want me? Why do you people think? Why do I think that you guys will want to build this farm in your home world? Well, the reason is that this farm produces 415 gold blocks per hour. You mentioned the red using carpet mod. Thank you Gnambum for making that. And also 125 XP levels per hour per 30 minutes, or in 30 minutes, or in less than 30 minutes. Yeah. So what is this farm? Well, we've got these 3 spawning platforms so that the zombie pigmen can spawn. And then here we've got the player. He stands 24 blocks away from each side of the platforms, and then he hits the arm, and then the zombie pigmen, when they're aggro, they come towards here, and then they fall down to this tube. And because these trapdoors here think they are 1 block higher than this glass over here, so that they try to go over these trapdoors, but then instead of going there, they fall into the killing chamber, and they get killed by the sweeping edge effect from the armor stand. So what about how well you see here is the killing platform. You can have any collection system you want. The reason I did not do a proper collection system is because people like to, you see, I want you guys to be creative and use your own systems, but you will need a big system, since this farm produces almost 415 gold blocks per hour. I have measured the rates for around 1 hour using carpet mod, and then the results were 415 gold blocks per hour. Very nice. So how do you get this many rates even though the mobs are still here? Well, the reason is we killed them using Chapter 5 sword, and when they die, the mob cap gets free, and we have a 3 wide killing chamber here, as you guys can see, 3 wide, as you guys can see, and so that we can get the maximum amount of pigmen inside of here, so that they get killed by the sweeping edge effect. The sweeping edge effect can be applied to mobs on one side, on 1 block away from the original one being hit. For example, if the zombie pigment is in the middle, then the one on the right and left will also get hurt by the sweeping edge effect. You guys probably know that it's very common. Many farms use sweeping edge, so you guys will know. Here we've got wide block. This is a bit more wider, since all the mobs gather here, and we don't want them to fall down, and that's why we have this platform a bit wider than all the others. However, they find their way towards us. The only way they see access to us is through here, since there are trap doors around here, but these are 3 block gaps, so they don't come here. They instead go here, and they fall directly into the killing chamber, where we are very nicely able to kill them. Very nice. And then these 4 big doodads over here are the alarm pigmen. They are exactly 5 diagonal blocks away from this block over here, and they alarm new pigmen that spawn. As you guys can see, these ones spawn just right now, but they get alarmed by these pigmen to come and rescue or help in battle. I don't know why. They aggro the pigmen. Okay, they aggro the pigmen, and then they try to, and then the pigmen are then immediately go. The reason I have on the inner side, in the inner square rather than outside like here, which I used to have before, is that I've seen that the pigmen get angered very quickly, very quicker than they used to go here. Like, I think when they are here, the new spawned ones are aggroed more quickly than they were before when they were here. So yeah, I decided to put them inside the inner rectangle square. And obviously here is the farm in full detail. You don't have to like cover the whole thing, just leave two blocks gap between each slab or glass. And yeah, this is really fun. So the reason this farm is nice is because it can be used by the average player. It is very easy to build, like these are just glass pathways. The reason we have this wide here, I can show you, like every glass platform, there's a bit of a platform here. The reason for this is because some of the pigmen that spawn that are up here will go down, but might get pushed by the other pigmen that are coming from down here or the second layer, and they might fall. So that's why we have a bit of a platform here, so that they don't get pushed around, and then nicely form a line to go over here, as you guys can see. And the mob cap is getting quickly, as you guys can see. We are getting huge amounts of pigmen around here. This farm is really nice, and it are not so hard to build. I mean we have just a few trap doors here, a dispenser to dispense or the armor stand, glass block, and a few glow. These are just my choice of blocks. You can use any blocks instead of the glowstone. This respawn anchor is not even needed. This is just for myself. You don't have to put it there. And a few trap doors and the honey blocks, and then these are just for counting the items, like I did with so that I can measure the rates. You don't have to do that. You just have to make yourself a collection system. Even with chests it will be nice. Yeah, so using chests will also be necessary, but you will need a lot of chests. So because you see this farm produces a lot of gold nuggets, the rotten flesh and everything, so yeah, you will need a lot of big storage. And then here we have a beacon. This is optional because you see, you can, if you want to AFK here for loads of time, you will need a beacon, because you see you might die of hunger if you don't have it. So we have a regeneration beacon here, and then all the zombie pigmen come here, and then they go into this space right here, and then they get killed by the sweeping edge effect. So what is the height of the player in this farm? Well, we are exactly at, let's see, F1, we are exactly at y is equals to 243, since you know, the this is the like most height. This is like one of the perfect height, since you see then you don't have to spawn proof below the nether, since you see this is the nether roof, as you guys can see over here. So this is this farm is built above the nether roof, and so you don't have to spawn proof anything. You just build it you just start building it while the player stands at y is equals to 243. As you guys can see, loads of experience coming in, as you guys can see. I don't know why this experience is stuck, but no worries, it will, as you guys can see, most of the XP gets through here. This trap door is open because you see you have to align yourselves to the very edge of the block to transport the sweeping edge effect, and that will be nice. Okay. And so why even if we are not at y is equals to 256, the 128 block, like the spawn radius, does not spawn. This has to be covered in buttons, the beacon, because you see because it is quite low from the player, and zombie pigmen do have a chance to spawn here. So this is covered in buttons, but below the nether roof you don't have to do any spawn proofing, because you see when the game tries to spawn mobs a bit far away from the player, but not too far away, but yeah, so so that is why we have a 24 block gap between each of them. So because you see, then the game will think it's a perfect like block to spawn here. So these magma blocks are exactly 24 blocks away from the player, and that is why that is the perfect number to spawn player, because you see the game will not spawn mobs too close to the player, or like this whole radius of glass, as you guys can see, should not spawn any mobs, but this one should, and that is why the farm is at its max efficiency, because you see this is the perfect blocks for mobs to spawn at, these blocks, and so that's why no spawning occurs beneath the nether roof, and all the spawns then the mob cap only tries to spawn mobs on these blocks over here, and that is why the farm works super efficiently and very nicely. And then also the efficiency can be even more by using a looting 3 swords on the the armor stand using the sweeping edge 3 and the sharpness 5 or smite 5 effect. And yeah, that is really fine. And this farm is this farm is really fast. As you guys can see, I have a really fun thing to show you. If you this is just me showing it, but as you guys can see, if I do that, look at this is so satisfying to look at. But yeah, this is not part of the farm. Only part of the farm are the rates and the experience and everything. Yeah, this farm produces loads of XP, and as you guys can see, loads of XP coming through. And one the good thing about this is that they pathfind very nicely towards it. And yeah, the items are lossless, and I've counted the spawn tracking to the number of mobs I've killed, and the number of mobs that I've killed on this farm means that only 2.45% of the mobs fall down. So that is why this farm is really nice, and almost 97% of them are killed by the sweeping edge effect. And that is why you see the game thinks that I killed them, so they think that, so that we have 97% of the mobs get killed by the sweeping edge effect, while only 2 point something fall down by the fall damage and die by the fall damage. Yeah, that is really nice. So yeah guys, that is it, pretty much the entire farm. As you guys know, this is the end of the video. This was episode 2 of Super Farm. This farm is super reliable also, because you see these pigmen here stop the pigmen from not getting aggroed. They keep the pigmen aggroed, and this farm is super reliable and also super fast, super efficient and everything. So yeah guys, this was fun, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye bye.